So for the people I haven't met yet, tell me how long have you guys been performing or writing? Have you been on stage before? Brian, hello.
I I don't I've never been really on stage before. I have spoken in front of people, but not telling jokes. Just been telling jokes to friends my entire life and just writing for fun. I do computer things as well, so I feel for you. It's not technology can
You
be
spend your whole career going, no, it's the red button, not that
no,
button.
no, you got to reboot three times, right? So
That is like I tried to learn how to code for Apple, and like I spent the entire time rebooting my iPhone, my watch, and my Mac, and it's like, what am I doing here?
yeah, yeah. But well, we appreciate it, man. I think this is really cool. So I'll pass the
Yeah, we're
mic.
gonna have fun. This will be interesting because analogies are not easy. Like with other types of jokes, you can, you have so much flexibility with what you can do, but there's actually a rule structure for an analogy where you either you have one or you don't. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting, especially when later on we're gonna take some random prompts and we're just gonna see what happens. So, it'll be interesting. So let's see. EA, do you have a camera? You want to say hello? Laura?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. All right. All right. So right now we got 8 people. That's cool. Okay. We'll get started. So for everybody who has anybody not taken any of my stuff before? I know Tim has, I think Michael has. I don't know about everyone else. Have you guys taken any of my material? You read the book yet or anything?
I'm reading your book and I've seen a lot of your videos on YouTube, but I haven't taken like your class yet.
Okay. Nobody has taken my class yet. There's 0 people so far. It starts next week. So yeah, there's an online course. But yeah, the next week is the beginning of the first class. Anyway, cool. So you guys are kind of okay with benign violation theory, this idea that humor is the combination of something that feels both playful and okay and not okay at the same time. If you are, I can skip that. So Laura, EA, and Gary, if you're comfortable with that, we can skip it. We can jump straight into like analogies. But if you don't know, then it might be a good idea to take 2 minutes just to make sure you guys are on the same page. Are we good? EA, yes, okay. So yeah, he's comfortable with it. Okay, cool. So now, oh, somebody else is coming. So now I'm gonna open up a document that we can all look at. And so once again, we're going to share. Do you guys prefer working when we're working together? Do you prefer to work together on the shared document inside of Zoom or on Google Docs? Because I can get let's see, a whiteboard or shared doc options. Yeah. All right, we'll try this one first. Cool. All right, we are here.
Don't see it.
Coffee, technology active. I'm celebrating too early. Technology worked. I don't see anything. Damn. All right. Are we seeing that?
Nothing yet.
All right. All right. Is there like
I can see like just it says welcome to free comedy class.
cool? Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it should be this guy right here.
Where the heck is that?
All right. So can everybody see this? I'm gonna paste in. So do you see this outline right here?
Not seeing it, trying.
Let's see, not following. It says Michael's not following. I don't know. If not, we can jump into a Google Doc and we can work on it together that way. Closed doc for all meeting collaborators. All right, so real quick, can you guys who's not seeing analogy class on their screen right now? So only Tim. Brian, help us.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope, right?
Yeah.
uh,
Asked to be a
did you reboot, Tim?
commenter. Sure. Approve. I'll make you an admin if
I
you
may
make your problems go away.
leave and come back, but as I hit the docs button to bring something up, it's giving me an error message.
But we just
See you in a minute.
so sure. All right. Mara, I made you an editor, hopefully. Full doc collaborators. Anyone with a link. How about that? Okay, I see your picture over there, so you're inside. So
Yes,
everyone try to
also.
come inside. Because we're gonna oh no, that's what we're gonna use this later on anyway. When we're writing. So one more time, there's the Zoom link. All right, are we finally good to go? So anybody with a link, anyone that clicks on that link, you should become an editor inside of this page. It looks like 4 out of 6 people. All right, so Brian, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to say that name.
Did you send out a link in chat?
Yeah, I did.
Since I rebooted it, can you send it again? Because
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
in chat.
Unfollowers back. All right, we gotta get going. Is this you guys seeing this? Please say yes. Brian's yes. Tim.
Opening it now, and
All right. And Mara is inside. All right.
no.
Somebody said no.
Yeah, but go on without me. It's my problem if I'm the only one having it.
All right. The other option is I have a Google Docs. Is anybody like on their phone? So here's a Google Doc. We could switch. Yay, okay, looks like somebody came in. Cool. All right, how about we just do this? I think for some reason Zoom's way of doing it's just not working very well for us. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing this. Actually, it'd be a good idea to share.
Oh,
All right, but where did you guys go?
oh, because you shared it from the, okay.
All right, so you guys are looking at my screen right now, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so we're just gonna go with it. I cannot see anybody right now, but I can hear you guys, and I don't want to delay this any longer. So, all right, are you, everyone seeing intro?
Yes.
All right, okay, cool. All right, we're going then.
Yeah.
Please don't click the wrong thing. Okay. All right. So the basics of an analogy. A is like B because of C. All right. So we have two premises right here. We have one premise is something that you understand, and the other one is something that you don't yet know. And then C is the conclusion. Okay. So the conclusion is what you learn about something. So I'm going to give you here's some serious examples, just seeing how these work. So electricity is like water, like water in a pipe, because they both flow. So what you are doing is you're taking something you know and something you don't know, or you know less about, and you're learning something new. So the brain is like a computer. They both process information. Politics is like professional wrestling because it looks like you're fighting, but it's all staged. So the only difference here is when we come over and we create a funny joke. I don't know why my font got all weird. A funny joke is only one where the conclusion is something that provides a playfully inappropriate surprise for the listener. So usually it does it. There's three different ways. It will mock something, right? So it'll mock a person, a place, a thing, an idea. It will reveal a surprising truth about something, or sometimes it just leads to a funny mental image. Now, usually I say mocking is probably the most common way of using it. A close second would be revealing a surprise. And of course, they go together. The best jokes are doing both of those at the same time. And then a distant third would be this funny mental image. But a funny mental image can just work by itself. Let's see if I can normal text. Okay, so let's look at some funny jokes real quick. Okay, so dating in your 30s is like shopping at a thrift store. All the good stuff is taken and what's left is damaged. Okay, so again, we have the exact same structure we have earlier. We have dating in our 30s is like we're taking something that we don't really understand, dating in your 30s. We're taking something we do understand, shopping at a thrift store. And then we're going to reveal a surprising truth about that thing. So the big thing to remember here is that the conclusion is something that's going to provide that it's going to reveal that surprising thing, or it's going to mock something. So this is, in this case, it's mocking. In this case, you are mocking the what it's like to be dating in your 30s. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Here's one of my favorite. I don't know why I love this one so much. This is an old one from I think the 90s. All right. So here, like a midget at a urinal, I was gonna have to stay on my toes. That was does anyone remember which movie that was? Naked Gun? The first Naked Gun? The original? I think that was the original Naked Gun, if I'm correct. Did you guys see the new one?
Yeah, I got to see it at the drive-in.
Oh, cool. Was it fun in the drive-in? You just like look at other people in their cars and you're like, oh, are they?
Oh, well, mostly you bring lawn chairs and sit out back, so everyone's like having a picnic next to you.
Oh, that sounds really fun.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Mhm. I had fun because I have an annoying laugh. Like my laugh's it's a little higher than you would expect it to be. And so yeah, when they made that joke about having annoying laughs, I was dying. All right, so yeah, anyway, so we're doing the exact same thing here. So here we're omitting like I am, but it's exactly the same. I am, similar to midget at a urinal. And this one is just creating humor here using a funny mental image. And when I'm saying like mock, by the way, I say like you're mocking someone. This is not ill will. This is not trying to tear someone down. This is not something like you're not trying to win an argument here. This is just like guy talk, where you're kind of saying something, but you don't really mean any ill will. So if you actually mean ill will, then the joke's not going to be funny. It's going to be way too big of a violation. It's going to be way too inappropriate to get a laugh. All right, that's what I love about people like Matt Rife, who are so good at being playful and inappropriate at the same time. Like they can mock someone, but at the same time they know that that Matt doesn't actually feel ill will towards them, that he's just being a good person. And yeah, that's just who he is. All right, so let's talk about the different structures. All right, so there's 5 different structures we can go through. So explicit is just like the easy way that we've been talking about. So watching white people dance is like watching people talk on their cell phones. You know they're communicating, but you can't understand how. Another one. Men are like Bluetooth. They connect instantly, but lose connection once they're far away. Anyway, so yeah, this is just using this standard. This is what we'll be using later on today. Okay, so next one is implied. All right, so here, A is like B, but here you don't really need to say the conclusion because you're already getting the audience far enough to where they understand why something is why it's ridiculous. So a good one is like the George Carlin, fighting for peace is like screwing for virginity. You don't really need to explain why that's weird because it's already apparent. So this is just another way of doing the analogy. Here's one I really like. Going to war without France is like going deer hunting without your accordion. So again, we have this mocking of France here. We're using going to war without France. We're going to mock France inside of our joke. Another fun one. All right. Half analogy. So A is like B, and then you're making a small difference. So you're saying A is like B, except it also has D, but it doesn't have D. So this is a good way of you're comparing 2 things that are quite similar, but you're showing that it's stupid. So an example, like camping is like homelessness with a cover charge. So here we're making fun of camping, so we're going to mock something, and then we have our conclusion is basically that it's stupid, but that is implied here because we already see how it's just ridiculous. Okay, so camping, and let's see. All right, we're just trying to go through these quick so we can have some fun. Reversed. This one, I don't really recommend using this one. This is just more like, I think it's easier to rewrite into this rather than trying to write it. But I wanted to give you guys this just in case. So this would be the Dimitri Martin joke. A treehouse is really insensitive. So here you're saying a treehouse. Actually, let me show you what it looks like when it's explicit. So cutting down a tree, or let's start. So what you're saying is a treehouse is very insensitive. It's like killing something and then making one of his friends hold it. So we convert this back into the normal one. Cutting down a tree to build a house is like killing something and then making a friend hold it because, and then here, it's insensitive. So you see, all we're doing is rearranging the parts. And the reason that you might want to do this is because you can tell that this reversed way, it does a much better job of holding the surprise. So here, making one of his friends hold it, that's the most surprising part of this joke. And so we want to have that towards the end of the punchline. So if you do the explicit way, it's still the same joke, but you're giving the audience that surprise a little bit too early.
Mm.
And then I'll do one more, and then we will get into the process with the fun one. So this one, I call it a broken analogy. So this is where you have an analogy, and then you kind of just end up breaking it. My love life is like the border wall. Sure, I've got boundaries, but sometimes I let a Mexican sneak in. That one I think is a Jimmy Carr joke, if I'm remembering correctly. So here with a broken joke, your setup line is pretty standard. The analogy starts off normal, but then later on you're just going to completely break it with something. So you're kind of having this punchline is going to be something absurd, and this is a really good way to bail yourself out. Uh-oh, 2 people are in the waiting room. So this is a really good way of bailing yourself out. Anytime you're writing an analogy and it's not working, you can always go with this broken way. It's just a really easy way of getting a quick laugh. Of course, it's not exactly what we want, but hold on, 2 messages. Okay, so it's not exactly what we want, but it's a really good backup, and it can be really, really funny on its own right. All right, so those are the 5 types of analogies. We're going to be basically just using this first one here. I suggest the half analogies can be really fun. This one's good, and then also the broken ones. So those are my 3 favorite for sure. So let's go into the process. How do we actually write these? All right. So first thing to know, of course, in comedy, there's no guarantees on anything. So we are going to, put the odds in our favor as much as we can. But when you're dealing with an analogy, you have to be really, really, part of it is just going to be luck. So we're going to take some random nouns later today, and we're going to see what comes up. And the big thing is being able to come up with some kind of conclusion that reveals something interesting or that mocks something in a fun way. Now, there's no guarantee that we're going to have a noun or a verb that really leads us to that outcome. All right. So we're going to do a lot of trial and error probably in this, a lot of feeling our way through. To prepare for this, I think I wrote about 10 analogies or so using random word prompts. And I think on average, it took me about 8 minutes per analogy, for each analogy that I actually would not mind putting on stage. So about 8 minutes or so. And I'd say I would give myself about 10 nouns, and I'd give myself 10 minutes to see if I can write a funny noun or a funny analogy for any of them. And I think about 80% of the time I came up with something that was stage worthy. And then the other times it was just like, I just hit a wall and nothing came out. So anyway, nothing's guaranteed here. And once you find actually, let me just show. Once you find that conclusion, once you find a good conclusion to an analogy, and you'll see why later, then all of the hard work is done. From there, we're just really putting these pieces together, and it's really, it becomes really easy. All right, so let's go into the steps. Let's just be normal. Okay. All right, so here. All right, so first off, we're going to start off our analogy. A is like something because some reason. So here we have no idea why, what this is going to be. We're starting with some kind of base for our analogy. Step 2 is to find our conclusion. So we're going to skip the part, premise 2, which is B in this one. We're going to skip this one, and we're going to go straight to the conclusion. And the reason that you're doing this is, like, think about real quick. All right. So think about like we have two circles and we have this Venn diagram, okay? And so we have P1, P2, or in our analogy, A and B. And the further away we pull these two out, the less overlap we're going to find, right? So when you start out with both A and B, so if I were to write A is like B because, and then something, I am gonna. So if I were to write A is like B because some reason, now it's possible that I come up with something funny, but I've really constricted myself, right? There's not a whole lot of things that I can do at this moment because maybe these two things have nothing to do with each other. And I spend a long time trying to find something that might be funny. All right, so alternatively, instead of doing this, we're going to go for the conclusion first. So we're going to go from, A is like something because, and then conclusion. All right, and this is the hardest step for sure, is figuring out why. This is really weird. All right, the hardest step for sure is figuring out why A and C go together. All right, so you're going to come up with something, again, that is something that is mocking, unflattering, or reveals a hidden truth. So for you guys that have read the book, you know about punchline questions. Here is a good way of using them here. So we start out, A is like something because some reason, and then we say A is like, and then we're going to try to figure out what that's going to be. So we say, what is something inappropriate to say about A? Okay, so we can even, I'll just put A in here. So what is something inappropriate that I could say? What is something unflattering that I could say about A? Or what is something surprisingly true that I can say about A? So you have those two basic questions that you can ask yourself in order to come up with interesting conclusions. And again, there's no guarantee here because first off, we're taking random nouns. And secondly, there's no guarantee that even if you don't have a random noun, that you're actually going to have something that feels, the perfect amount of unflattering. But we do have to ask ourselves this question in order to start exploring. Is that making sense for you guys right now?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. So how about we start playing around? So how about you guys, if you're in the group right now, jump into the Google chat.
Oh, do the new people that you just let in have the link for that?
That's a good question. Yeah, now I have to go find you guys again.
I think I just got it in there by copying it from an older message.
Yeah, so you guys, well, here's the actual Google Doc link. People who are just joined, do you have the where? I legit lost all the video of you guys. But I don't have to tell you that because I'm pretty sure you guys are just watching me click around. All right, I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a moment and see if I can find there. Okay, now you're showing up again. Okay, cool. All right, so can you guys jump into we got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 people. So we're gonna go play around and have our own come up with some ideas for analogies. So if you guys jump in, you can play around with us. And let me make
I jump in. I think he means copy the link that he just posted in chat and find us in Google Docs. Yeah.
All right, so can you guys see which screen are you watching?
Oh, it was there just a second ago, but now it's what's on the agenda today.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's ChatGPT. Okay. Give me 10 random. All right, so, and now I have way too many screens open. So let's think through these together. Does nothing work? All right. Okay. All right, so this is something to get us started. So now we have 10 random words for premise one. So this is what we're going to start with. So the first thing we're going to do is look for words that are associated with, we're just going to do a quick survey of ideas here. So let me put in, so our goal is to eventually, let's see. Ooh. Our goal is eventually to find a conclusion here in this column right here. So we're going to, if we need an extra step over here, we can use it. Lantern's like just a light, right? So it's a flashlight.
Yeah, like Little House on the Prairie light.
I know that's a book, but I
It's a TV show. Yeah, just
oh, it's a TV show. Yeah,
yeah, like the
it's
old fashioned, like the Amish. It was a book too. Like what that. It's a flashlight for an Amish
it
person.
reminds me of like the magicians, like or like somebody holding a staff, and there's like a light on the staff, I think. Anyway, all right, so let's brainstorm. So ideas about flashlights. So you guys jump in. Do I have everybody inside? Can I stop screen sharing now?
In the Google Docs.
Yeah, I think most people are inside. All right, let's see if I can stop. All right. If you just lost us, let me know so I can get it back. I can get us back, get you back in. Okay, but I think most people are inside. Okay. All right. So burns out. Cool. Good idea.
Oh, so go ahead and type stuff or shout stuff out.
Yeah. Let's just type stuff. Burns out. So we're gonna take it said anonymous duck. I thought it said anonymous dick. Burns out. Burns your barn. Okay. So let's keep that. So for these, for these two, let's keep this in the brainstorming section. So we don't know what we're gonna do with it yet. So here we want things that are inappropriate, surprising, and true. So this is getting closer to our real joke. So burns out. So here I might say like something that is unflattering to say about lanterns here. So let me write that down. Something
Flattering to say about lanterns.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that to flashlights, lanterns. But yeah, you guys can do whatever. Okay. Battery runs out as soon as you turn it on. Yeah, okay. So in here, like, yeah, battery runs out as soon as you turn it on. That's a great idea. Right now, we need to find a way to make that feel more inappropriate. So let's see. Let me think. Flashlight.
Oh.
So it'd be flashlights are like blank because the battery runs out as soon as you turn it on. So we can make that maybe more generic and have more opportunities. So if I was to say like flashlights are like blank because oh, how about all right, so how about it for that joke? Because they burn out after 5 minutes. So here, the only thing I've done is just made it a little easier to use, right? So they burn out after 5 minutes. It's just it's gonna fit inside of more. It's gonna fit inside of analogies a little better. So can you think of something that burns out in 5 minutes? So this would be step 2. So really quickly, how about you guys pause really quickly and let's talk about this last premise here. So you see, like, okay, burns out after 5 minutes. That was based on this one. Actually, we can perhaps use turn on as well. I don't know what the best punchline is going to be because we don't know what P2 is yet. But here, so flashlights are like blank because they burn out after. So what is something that burns out after 5 minutes?
Having sex with a man.
So flashlights are like sex with me.
And once you
Okay,
turn
so
it on, I burn out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, yeah, we could use that. There's gonna be a lot of opportunities for sex jokes. The analogies are, it's unfairly easy to use sex jokes with analogies, but they're really, really good.
That's the improv exercise. Sex with me is like.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Oh,
All right, so what flashlights are like
it was a
blank
popular.
because. All right, so let's go back to, so burns out, burns your barn down, lights your way in the dark, shines. So yeah, lights your way in the dark is a positive thing. It's going to be really hard to have a positive conclusion. Your conclusion is going to be the inappropriate part of the joke. And so, yeah, for the brainstorming, it would probably be best keep this like
Negative?
yeah, like negative traits would be easiest. So like lights
But
your way.
can your positive give you a negative?
That's a good
Like
question.
lights the way in your dark, except when you need it something, or yeah.
Oh yeah, you could
You
use
take a
half measure
positive
like
and you
that,
just
yeah.
turn it around.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you could do that.
Sorry, you can
shines
tell me to shut up.
Stays unused in your drawer like condoms. Have to. So you hit it when not working,
Oh,
right? So you have
yeah.
to like the batteries. You have to roll those.
Are there people in our group who are new to Zoom and don't know how to turn your mic on?
I'm not
Or your
sure.
video?
A couple of them have said something.
Okay.
Flashlights are like vibrators, but they burn out in 5 minutes. You're on a very high setting. I like that one, Jeremy. It's a good one. Jeremy, are you in the Google chat? I mean, you should be here. We have 11 participants, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like we're missing. I feel like some people are just missing. So let's see, stays unused, hit when not working, when lights go out, you can't find him. Reveal how ugly the person is. All right, so really quickly, I'll give you guys an idea of how I go through and look for this. So hit when not working. So like I don't know what the punchline's gonna be, but you can take a good guess that has a really it's very surprising. Like if that was a punchline, it would be surprising, and also it's really inappropriate. And the cool thing about analogies is that it makes these inappropriate things feel really playful. So even though you're saying something inappropriate, you can get away with a lot more when it's in this analogy that feels like really, really fun and clever. So can you guys take this one and think of that's already pretty inappropriate? And can you come up with an analogy for hit when not working?
So we're looking for a B.
Yeah. Yeah, looking for, yeah. I'm gonna go back to screen sharing because I'm worried that there are people in the chat that are not.
Not in the, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so that's why it disappears. It's because it doesn't want to do this infinite regress. Okay. All right. Flashlights are like blank because they're replaceable. I like that. All right. So what else is replaceable? So flashlights are like the true thing that is replaceable. What would be an inappropriate thing to call replaceable?
Relationships, Tinder dates. Oh,
Yes, exactly. That was where I was going to. Flashlights are like maybe not wife, maybe girlfriends and feel a bit more playful. I mean, it's like essentially the same joke, but when you think about benign violation theory, saying that your wife is replaceable is very different from saying that your girlfriend is replaceable. Because a girlfriend feels less consequential than wife. So even though they're almost exactly the same kind of joke, if you say girlfriend here, it's gonna feel a bit more playful. And so I think it's gonna hit harder with girlfriend than with wife. So flashlights are like girlfriends because they're replaceable. Okay.
online dating.
What else can we
But
replace?
could you reverse that and say something like, my girlfriend thinks I'm replaceable like a flashlight,
Oh,
or you're the butt of the joke, so then it can have the safety?
yeah.
Sorry, Bear. So you said my girlfriend says I'm replaceable like a flashlight, and I would say I think you're replaceable like a fleshlight.
Oh,
Yes.
but
Okay, so sorry, Mira. When you were telling me that, and I had that joke pop in, and then I could not think anymore. So one more time. So can you go back through what you were
Because you
saying?
were saying if you were to say wife, then the violation is too big. So if you were to reverse that and make you the violation, like if your wife, you're not making them the butt of the joke, but you, can you save the joke like that?
Let's see. So you're saying like, okay, I'm like a flashlight.
now my
Replaceable.
girlfriend treats me like a flashlight.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend
So-
treats me like she treats her flashlights, or yeah, something like
All right, so I'm like a flashlight, replaceable. Okay, so yeah, my worry with that line is that it's gonna get an empathetic response instead of the laughter response we want. Because if you say like, if I come on stage and I'm saying like, yeah, I feel like a flashlight replaceable, or batteries in a flashlight replaceable. My first thought, if I hear that, is, oh, I feel bad for you, rather than actually, rather than triggering a laughter response. So I would be more worried about an empathy response where the kind of the
Okay, sorry, to one more question. I
Don't say sorry. Just ask a question. You're good.
Okay, there is this bit that I've been working on for a while, which where it's that I have arthritis in real life. So I'm working on that, and many of the times, the response I will get with the laughter or is mostly awe. So you would say, is it because the violation is too much there?
No, I would have to know the context that you're using. I mean, people have talked about much worse things than arthritis. So it really depends on the like how much playfulness you already have built with the audience. If they see
Okay.
you as being a really playful person, then you start talking about your arthritis, and they're gonna say, "Ooh, this is gonna be good."
Okay.
Think about like Richard Pryor talking about burning himself up
Hmm.
because he's addicted to cocaine. Like that is the worst possible, horrible story that you could imagine. But he brings so much playfulness into it that he's able to get away from that empathy response. So yeah, if I could see the actual material, I might be able to look at it and tell you more.
Okay.
But that's my best thing I can give you right now. Is that
Okay.
there are no subjects where like it's just you can't touch this. You can touch every subject you want. It all depends on the context.
I
Flashlights
had
are
a
like my
follow.
yeah,
I had a follow-up question.
sure.
If you said flashlights are like pets, say flashlights are like my daughter's goldfish because they're replaceable, would that be like the wife, or is that still kind of playful?
That's I like that one a lot more.
Yeah.
Because now you're flushing the goldfish down the toilet and stuff. And that one, yeah. So it still feels wrong, right? Just like replacing your girlfriend, but it feels a little bit more okay, right? So yeah, yeah, as an audience member, laughing at you replacing your wife, laughing at you replacing your girlfriend, laughing at you replacing a goldfish. Yeah, for me, I think that goldfish feels a bit more comfortable for me to laugh at, and then the
Okay.
girlfriend, and then the wife. And that's just for me. Obviously, you want to test these ideas out on stage, but yeah, I would think that the goldfish, that one sounds way more playful and fun to me.
Great, thanks.
All right, flashlights are like my condoms. They sit in the drawer for so long. By the time I need them, they're not good anymore. Yeah, I had that happen with with my 3-year-old. Like we had some
Why
left over.
using
We had a
condoms with your
3-year-old.
3-year-old?
What?
Why using condoms with your 3-year-old? You sick fuck. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, like that, like I was just like, oh, ooh, that's not good. To seeing an expired date on your condoms do not make you feel good. Light your wick. Oh, I like that. Light your wick. Stay unused in a drawer when you hit when you're not working. So hit when not working reminds me of like a pimp.
Mm.
When lights go out, you can't find them. Gold. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to spend the whole time on this. So you guys are still having fun. We can drop down and choose another random one if you want.
When lights...
How is this feeling, by the way?
It's good.
Who came up with, I like that when the lights go out, you can't find them. That works with the condoms too.
Oh, where's that one?
In the brainstorm, the second to last one, you just read it. When lights go out, you can't find them. That's true.
Oh, yeah, okay.
With flashlights, and it's true. It's another thing that works with condoms.
That is really like very universal. Like even though you have no idea what P2 would be, there are so many good options to choose from for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah, and that's what you're looking at here. You want in these two boxes, you're looking for something that's flexible so that P2 you're going to find something. Like remember earlier on, we said like as soon as you turn it on, and then I changed that to burn out at like just after 5 minutes. And the only reason I did that is because that just felt like more it felt like that would fit into more ideas easier. right? So yeah, when you're doing this, you're finding these. When the lights go out, you can't find them. And then now we have something that feels like it's going to be a really inappropriate surprise. Now we need to find that that P2 that's going to make it work. And I bet there's a bunch of them out there. I wonder, can we do a tagline for this one? Oh, how about, okay, so how about for a tagline? Flashlights are like sex with me because they burn out after 5 minutes. And you go through, and you're gonna go through a handful of batteries.
But if you shake it, sometimes you can get it going again.
Yeah, so I'm not happy with this this tagline yet, but I like to keep things around just so when I come back to them later on, I see that and I kind of remember the idea that I'm going for, but then maybe I'll find a better phrasing for it later.
Oh, I do like that batteries one.
But if you shake it, sometimes you get it going again. What if you use the hit line?
Yeah.
So like flashlights are like sex with me. Sex with me. Hold on, sex with me. And I burn out after 5 minutes.
Turn me on and burn out.
But you can get me going again if you hit me.
If you get me going again, you whack it on the side. If you whack it. Well, he's thinking, everyone else, if you're new to Zoom and you put the pointer over anywhere on the screen, in the bottom left-hand corner are the microphone and video buttons to turn yourself on, even without batteries. So we can hear you. So we can hear you.
All right, looks like we're moving down. Mountains, rivers, bridges, notebooks. Scribble. So yeah, again, so in this first column, we're just coming up with ideas. And the reason we just want to get these ideas out of our head, right? If you're trying to remember everything and then test it to see if there's a funny conclusion that you can get to, that's just too much stuff in your head. So this is literally, analogies are the only time that I teach that it's okay to brainstorm. Every other time I'm not a brainstormer. So yeah, in this one, analogies, just because of the structure of analogies, I think it's important that I think it's useful to use brainstorming. We just had somebody come in, so we need to drop a link in for them. All right. So if you just came in, you can click on that link.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so where are we here? Mountain looks.
Oh.
Speed climb. All right, so feel feels like you're all right, so basically, really quickly, so here, like difficult. So I would put in the left column, maybe I would say something like difficult to climb. But then when I'm looking at the conclusion here, for the conclusion of the punchline, I want something that feels a little bit more like a actual punchline. And so that's why these on the left column, we're doing things that are generic. We're kind of getting ideas out there. The right column should start to feel like it could be used for a punchline. We don't know what the punchline is going to be. We don't know what the setup is going to be, but these are ideas that could be inserted into a punchline. Does that make sense? So like feels
Which
like
column
you're
is
gonna
punch?
die. So
Yeah.
I could say, so blank is like climbing a mountain. It feels like you're gonna die. Right. So I have no idea if there's gonna be a funny P1 for this, a funny A. Okay. But it's
Funny
good
B.
to get this out. It feels like a punchline. It feels like there could be something here that's with enough with a couple of with a little bit of testing ideas out, then something is going to click and then you're going to have your finished joke. There's no place to go but down. I like that. That's like a revealing the truth, revealing a hidden truth. You're on top of the world and there's nowhere to go but down. I like that. So let's add that. So you're so so here being I like how inspirational this sounds at first, but then once you think about it, it doesn't feel right. So so the person who wrote this, there's no place to go but down. So the first part, being on a mountain, it feels so inspiring to be up there, to have challenged yourself, and you're on top of the world, and then you realize there's nowhere to go but down. Like that's a fun, like emotional shift for that. So it's not quite an analogy, but I do like that as a general joke. I think that would work well. So gets high, ski, difficult. Yeah, I just wrote that as an example. Being in your 20s. So mountain climbing is like marriage. So we're getting closer to
Oh, but that was filling in the B first instead of the C.
yeah, okay. So yeah, I think it might have been
I
things that
got
just came
that.
in.
I got that because I jumped to like it's rewarding and challenging would be the C.
For where are you at
Mountain.
for being on
What
a
you just
mountain?
found that mountain lighting, mountain climbing is like marriage. You know,
Okay.
the conclusion is mountain climbing is like. So I was like, mountain climbing. Yeah, it's rewarding, it's challenging, but
Yeah, so you're doing like a half analogy?
yeah, but it's only halfway there.
All right. All right. Mountain climbing is like,
I have to look up a half analogy.
well, I don't know if that's gonna
Okay.
come up.
Yeah,
I
it's just
just
the brain. Yeah.
I just made it up, so I don't know if that's actually a thing. If you Google it, I would be very surprised if it came up. But basically, A is like B with or without C. So I'll post it down here. So it's on the bottom. I'll post. All right.
Oh.
Oh. Mountain climbing is like marriage.
Can you mix both of them and be like, mountain climbing is like marriage. There's no place to go but down.
Hey, what are you doing?
That's a fun way of mocking, but it doesn't feel like there's not a revealing truth there, I don't think.
Okay.
Unless you're, well, okay, so hold on. You have to be, to set it up, you would need to be on the top of the mountain at first. Because when you're saying that, if you talk about mountain climbing, I'm thinking about going up, and you say
Yeah.
there's no way to go but down. So make sure you set that up where you're already on the top of the mountain.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you're just trying to make it really quick for the audience member to go, oh, I understand. The less mental work that they have to do, the faster that joke is going to click for them, and then the funnier it's going to be.
So if you could say something like my being with my wife, or my wife is like climbing a mountain, because if you're careless it'll kill you, kind of a way, right?
Yes. Being with my wife is like, okay, but then also, okay, so if I hear that, so you have an inappropriate part of the joke, like it'll kill you, but then my first thought after that is, what is it about your wife that's going to kill you? So I would be a little bit confused. So those puzzle pieces need to fit together a little bit tighter in order to work.
Mountain climbing is like being married to my wife. It's rewarding, but if I slip up, I'm dead.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
Mhm.
Good. So yeah,
It's a
and
good
that
one.
click there. So
And that's her thing with one click on it. You're right.
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, once you hit that conclusion, once you get to the conclusion, all those pieces need to fit together, and you don't want the audience to have any extra pieces out, so that's going to lead them to feeling a little confused. And
Got
that's why we're doing this way of, we want to have like our P1 here on all the way on the left. Then we want to do these 2 steps to figure out what the conclusion is going to be. Right. And then so now we already have, in the first 3 boxes, we have something that's already inappropriate to say about mountains. And then we just need to come up with something that is accurate or true to say about P2. Right. So the first 3 boxes, what is inappropriate to say about P1? And then the last box, what is true to say about B2? Does that make sense?
Yes.
What is um
I just accidentally deleted what someone was typing. Sorry.
Yeah, so if I were going to break it down into 2, so I would say, all right, so the first 3 boxes, what is something unflattering to say about P1? So we come up with P1, we brainstorm ideas, and then we figure out our conclusion. We end up with something like, the battery runs out as soon as you turn it on. And then from there, what is something true to say about P2 that's also true about the conclusion?
Okay.
So you're looking for something that shares the same conclusion. All right. I am behind on your guys' writing, so let's get back. Fish. There has to be an easier way to get there. I like that. You're like, why am I even doing this? Yeah, I like that line, one slip and I'm dead. I think that line is much funnier than it can kill you, because it can kill
Yeah.
you feels like actually dying, but I'm dead. My
Okay.
first mental image is of a wife nagging, and that I get that mental image. I think that one's way funnier than just kill. So yeah, I prefer that second punchline for sure. That's a really good one. I like that. Deceptive, but looks fun. Fishing too wet is water wet. The current. Okay. All right. The current. This current sounds fun. I don't know what to do with it yet, but so the river, something about a current. What is an unflattering or inappropriate thing to say about the water current? It takes you, takes you where
You don't want to go.
it wants to go, or yeah, takes you where you don't want to go. Something along those lines. You're or how about like all right, you're just along for the ride. Because that feels like something that we could find.
I didn't see someone's thing mountain climbing is like sex.
Where's that one at?
Top of this page. It got moved down to the next page. So top right corner.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, I might be on a different
I
page.
never get to be on top.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, you're right. It got cut off on a weird thing. So yeah, I missed it too. But yeah, that's fun. I like that. Can we tag that?
Something I do all the work and I don't get and I'm never on top, or no, that's kind of opposite. Well, mountain climbing is like sex. If you want to be on top, you have to do all the work.
Oh yeah, that's like almost inspirational too.
I'm gonna put it on my wall.
Poster. Put it on
Yeah, one
poster
of
on
those
your
work
wall.
motivational posters.
Good. All right. Well, we got some good jokes there so far. Bridge connects things. Could be bombed. Broken drawbridge. Broken bridge. All right. So like collapse. Collapsing. Too accurate. I like that. Oh, scary to be on some bridges.
Oh,
And then this is again, this is a really flexible punchline that you could use depending on what your P2 is. Freak. Yeah, exactly. Those. Yeah. I was thinking about yeah, those little train bridges that just go over in the mountains.
or those rope bridges that are in all the adventure movies where they're 400 years old and the planks break out while they're on them.
Yeah. Sort of vanishing point feels like an interesting idea. I don't know how to use it quite yet, but that does seem like that could be fun. Because I feel like okay, I don't know how to write this yet, but for the vanishing point, I feel like we could do an analogy for how much I care or something, and you can just watch as how much I care disappears into the sunset. Something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what the P1 or the P2 would be quite yet.
my bank
Oh,
account? Not quite.
manage. Yeah, yeah, you're close, but yeah, we need to make sure the distance is inside there somewhere.
The farther you get from it, something.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one there.
Do it. Column 1 is ideas and 2 something inappropriate.
Yeah, column 1 is just generic
And then column
ideas.
2 is scary, inappropriate, whatever to say about it.
Yeah, maybe I'll let's highlight these about like nope.
Connects things.
So how about like that? And then color code it. Okay. So there we go. Now we're color coded. So yeah, yellow is just generic ideas to get them out of your head, like current. We have no idea if that's going to be funny or not. Red in the middle, this is where we're trying to find something that feels like a good punchline. This is our conclusion. So river is like a river is like blank because like fish smell bad. A river is like blank because it takes you where it wants to go. Right. And then on the green one, this is where we try to figure out P2, where we actually have the analogy come together. Like 401k. Feels close, but it's not quite working.
Where are you? 401k?
No, I'm no, honey, you're beautiful. It's true. I'm like a mirror. I never lie, even though I definitely should right now. I want to imply that
Oh, you're in the
I
wrong.
sh
Yeah. I was
I
like,
want to
what's that have to
imply
do with candles? And it's not. You're in the wrong
Am I
square.
in, oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay. I thought you were in the wrong one. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go.
I never lie. Something there with.
Bridges hit by ships recently. I like this Verizon stock price is flat. That's a fun. That's a fun premise. It feels like, baby, your breasts are like the Verizon stock price. Flat and disappointing. So whoever's doing clock, it would be a fun idea. You know those people who always like they want to set their clock forward because they think that'll stop making them late, but then they just adjust their behavior and they're late anyway.
Yeah, their clock is 10 minutes fast
Yeah.
and their brain is 10
Yeah,
minutes
exactly.
slow.
Like, yeah, my wife does that and it drives me crazy. But yeah, like there's got to be a really fun analogy there where you set your clock forward and you still end up being late. Anyway, that's a idea that we can pursue here for whoever's inside of clock right now.
Yeah, the people that set their clock 10 minutes ahead, for a while, they're 10 minutes early. Then they become 7 minutes early. Then it's 3 minutes early. Then they're on time, and then they're late again.
I like that structure. This reminds me of my kid comes home from one day she's like in kindergarten and she's like, "Hey Dad, I know how to tell time." And I'm like, gotta be like, no way. Would her mom teach her that? They're not teaching that. She's like 5. What does she have to be in time for? Why would you even teach a kid that? And so I was like, really? She's like, yeah, watch. And she looks up at her clock on the wall and she just says, "Oh my God, look how late it is."
So going over to bridge, can you guys let's see, try to
And
finish this analogy. A bridge is like blank because it only gets attention when collapsing.
My mental health.
Oh,
I
better than
like that.
better than me saying marriage again and you figuring out how mine went. mental health.
Yeah, my mental health.
It's a good illustration of how, yeah, you come up with the conclusion first and then find things to fit.
Yeah, it's just way easier that way. Because yeah, the hardest part is getting something that feels like a punchline. So here, it only gets attention when collapsing. That feels like a good punchline. We don't know what the joke is yet, but it feels like it could fit. And then when you jump over to the green, that's where you are actually saying, okay, what would fit here? And yeah, let's do. No. I was going with like a TikTok influencer for that collapsing joke. I like your idea better though.
TikTok influencer. Why? They've been
Just like the influencers or people that like need clickbait. Like something's got to be wrong, or maybe it'd be better to do like the news, because everything has to be wrong for you to click on it. Anyway, I like Mara's idea better.
Oh, she could substitute something like therapy in that.
All right, where are the fun opportunities now? More.
Oh, computer because. Oh.
Like a candle in the wind. That would be a fun. So here I write down like the candle, it doesn't work when it's windy. It feels like there's a fart joke in there somewhere. I have no idea where it is, but anyway, that's I'm just walking you guys through my thought process here. So we're just trying to come up with ideas that could be conclusions. Keep finding something. Everyone has one, but no one uses it. I like that as a
That's combined with whatever one's working on the sentence right above it.
common sense. Oh, okay. Hold on.
They started doing that and we're working on it, whoever Anonymous Anteater
Okay.
is, and then that's what my brain
Blank
finished.
is like a wall clock, or common sense is like a. I like that. I'm not I'm not sure if wall clock is the best thing, but you could easily switch out wall clock later on and then just keep the best part of that analogy and just switch out pieces. So common sense is like a blank. It's easy to have when it's not. It's easy to have, but not everyone uses it. Yeah, that's a really good that's a really good analogy. I feel like clock is a bit off because I don't know, I use my clock all the time. But but again, you can always just switch this out, find a new P2 instead of clock, and then you're off to the races. Common sense is like a clock.
Yeah, I have this. I don't own a cell phone, so that's also why I had a list of devices. So yes, I still have clocks and cameras and maps and notebooks and
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I remember that from our live stream. So common sense is like all right. Let's see if they can find out a different because I like common sense is like a blank, but I'm not loving clock yet. There's gotta be something better out there.
right. So you get this far, and now you would started with A, went to C, filled in B as common sense, and now you're like turning around and saying, well, A kind of sucks. Let's throw that part out.
Exactly. Yeah, the audience only knows what you showed them. So the fact that we started with clock does not matter to the audience. They'll never hear the word clock at the, so it won't matter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
right
not
now,
right.
I feel like clock is what's holding us back right now. So that's why I just blanked it out.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know where we're going. I just know that we have better opportunities, I think, if we take clock out and we look for something else. So yeah, just trying to open up more opportunities here. Common sense is like blank. Everyone has it. No one uses it.
Can you replace it with like something people stopped using, but almost everyone had at one point, like a Facebook account or something that's old fashioned?
Yeah, let's see. Common sense is like Facebook account. All right.
Like playing Mad Libs with
We
little
all
kids.
had it. So we all had it in the past, but lost it when something. Common sense is like a Facebook account. We all had it in the past, but lost it when TikTok came out.
Common sense is
I like the beginning, Mara. Yeah, I do like the beginning of this where you're saying it's like a Facebook account. Not quite figuring out what the conclusion should be yet, but I
We
like the
all
direction of this.
We
We
all
all
had one or have one, but no one knows what it's for anymore? No.
No one remembers how to use it. I don't know.
all
That's
had
kind of
it
true
in the
for
past, and lost it also kind of reminds me of like hope, because as you grow up, you lose hope.
Oh,
Facebook. Your Facebook account is like hope. We all had it in the past, but
but now we can't remember the password?
yeah, okay.
Closer.
It's closer. Yeah, yeah. The password's not hitting right for me right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like that path that you're on.
We all common sense like a Facebook account, but we don't use it enough. But we use it so infrequently we can't even remember the password, something like
We
that.
all had it in the past.
Damn it. We use it so rarely that we don't remember how to log in. We've lost access.
We all had in the past, but lost it when our parents logged in
Okay, I like that direction. We
because
lost it when
that's when all the young people got off Facebook is when the older people got on.
yeah, okay.
Or for the about one, if we were only to substitute clock, everyone has it, but no one uses it. It's also like uh the oven in the kitchen, like you rarely use it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
except to
yeah.
store your
That's a good
dishes.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think it's in the I don't know if any of you got to the point of the workbook. Um there's an analogy I think that I used already that's close to that one. Mm. Oh, I didn't have that one. Hmm. Yeah, I think the analogy I wrote is common sense is like toilet paper. It doesn't matter if you have it, it matters if you use it.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was in the
yeah.
workbook. Maybe it's in the regular book. Or maybe I edited it out. I don't remember. All right, so we should probably be wrapping it up soon. I think we're slowly losing to some people as time goes by. It's already starting to get late. What's our favorite ones here? Let's go through our right column. What do you guys? Let's do, yeah. 1, 2. So which ones are you guys liking? Flashlights are like sex with me because it burns out after 5 minutes and you'll go through a bunch of batteries.
Pretty good.
And
I like
and
the next one with the tag.
this part right here.
The one below it.
Oh, but if you shake it, sometimes you can get it get it going again. Okay, cool. Flashlights are like blank. You replace.
The last one is true, but it's more sad than funny.
It doesn't feel like a punchline to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely has that like that true, and yet you can see where it's going, but right now it doesn't, it's not hitting like a punchline. All right, yeah, I love this one slip up and I'm dead. That's a fun line. I never get to be on top. That one's like short and punchy, and that was really good. So yeah, whoever
Yeah.
wrote that, you put that one on stage and see how it goes. I think that's definitely worth being on stage. Yeah. Yeah, those two are pretty similar. I think the short punchy one feels better to me.
Yeah.
Mental health, the Mara's joke was really good. A bridge is like my mental health because it only gets attention when collapsing. We might want to you can maybe even play around with this and use the same, like if you wanted to take another shot, let's just say that we want to take another shot here, we can go back to blank is like my mental health, and then it's only right, and then from there we will you can come up with new ideas. Anyway, so yeah, you would be able to test out different variations of your joke to see what would work best. But yeah, I think this one has a good chance.
Also collapsing or when it's falling apart.
Yeah, that's much better.
Falling
Yeah, that
apart
feels
because
better.
mental health and falling apart too.
You're right. Falling apart's way better than collapsing. Let's see. This one's fun. The breasts are like the Verizon stock price. Flat, disappointing. Very, very direct. So you'd have to be very playful and kind of when you're delivering that one. If it's interpreted as being really insulting, then that might not work. But if it's playful, it could work.
Self-deprecating. It could.
Yeah, yeah. If it's a girl saying this, it's gonna be funnier than a boy saying it. Yeah. In general.
As I get older, I wish my
didn't even-
breasts were flat and disappointing.
I didn't even see this lighting a candle as like sex with me. Once you blow it, it's out for the night.
Yeah, so
out for the night. That's really funny. How about instead of out for the night, we say like it's done? No, it's over for me.
I'm out for good.
Yeah, something along those lines. Just play around with those. But I think that one's already worth trying.
How about like one blow and that's it?
Oh, one blow.
Oh yeah.
Or blow it once. One blow or blow it once.
I like one blow and that's it. One blow and it's over. One blow and it's it. Something in that area is gonna
And it's or one blow and I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, put that on stage. I think that'll work. Yeah, this one I can't quite get that one to fit as well as I'd like it to. I'm like a mirror, I never lie, even though I absolutely should.
I made a note in the list, something that could go in with the wicked witch in that mirror.
So here's a generic punchline that I was thinking of. Some things are too accurate, like blank, blank, and all mirrors. So this all mirrors could be a fun, like you're implying that you're not happy with the way you look, which could be really funny. And all you need to do is plug in two different ideas, two different things that are overly accurate. So
How
like basically
It's like uh looking at some things makes me sad. My bank account, my career, and all mirrors.
Yeah.
Um,
This,
I'm still worried about the empathy,
yeah.
the way that that's delivered.
Oh, because yeah, usually with a list of three, you want two normal things or two happy things and one sad thing. If you're hitting us with three sad things, does make me wish
Um,
my mirror had the same thing Zoom has, a little touch up my appearance slider.
so one thing you could do is just instead of we can do like you used to be my friend. If you deliver something like in a really playful way, you used to be. So you can take these lines that would otherwise be a little bit too big of a violation, and you can tag something onto it that makes it feel a little bit more playful afterwards. So like let's
Oh,
say that this is an all mirrors, and without this tagline directly following it, the audience isn't sure which to choose. Should I laugh or should I feel empathetic? But then when you say, you used to be my friend, man, like you deliver that playfulness at the very end, then the audience has to make this choice. Is this empathetic or funny? Then you make that, and then they'll be more likely to choose funny.
yeah, my mirror used to be my biggest friend. Or yeah.
Yeah, but it has to be implying that it is safe for the audience to laugh at what you're saying.
Ah,
And that's why something like, yeah, you used to be my friend would work there, or could work there.
So would changing like your the playing with your voice and how you would say it just would add the playfulness as well?
Yeah, everything is about what you're implying. So
Mhm.
in comedy, you're always there's like these two levels where you're both saying something explicitly, but you're also implying something. And so you'll see like a lot of our jokes, analogies actually tend to be they can be a little bit more direct than most humor. Um, but yeah, so you're basically with the majority of humor, you're implying things that are playfully inappropriate. And so your voice is a really important aspect of doing that, especially like when you are on the edge of something that might be a little bit too inappropriate, then using your voice, and I'm not talking about like a silly voice, right? We're not trying to force the audience into laughing. We are just saying, I don't think this is threatening or scary or sad, so you don't have to think it either. Right. And when I'm doing that, I don't think about like what voice should I use to imply this. For me, it just comes down to what emotion do I want the audience to have, and I should generally mirror that emotion for them so that they can see, basically I'm showing them how they should be behaving, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm being playful, and it makes it easier for them to be playful. When I get insulted by somebody inside of a story, then I bring some playfulness into it, and they know that even though I got insulted in the story, it's fine to laugh at me because I obviously am not, emotionally hurt by it. So then, therefore, it's okay if you laugh, right? Like the worst thing for an audience is like you start laughing at you start laughing at something, and then you realize that that like nobody else is laughing, or that it was like actually sad. I mean, not audience. I mean, like maybe in like real life. But
Yeah.
like if somebody said something that you thought it was kind of going to be a joke, but then it wasn't, and like you need to know, right? You
Yeah.
need to know that it is okay to start laughing. Right. In comedy, of course, the default is yes, let's laugh at this. The comedian's clearly trying to be funny, but the audience still has to make that choice of if is this funny, or is it too inappropriate, or is it not inappropriate enough? And they have to make that choice. And using your voice is a good way of helping them make that choice.
Got it.
All right, so how about we wrap things up here. I got 4 people left. I was planning on doing another Ask Me Anything. If you guys have any questions about anything, we don't need to talk about. I'm gonna stop sharing this. I think everybody that we don't need to talk about analogies anymore.
You still have openings in your class?
Yes, I do.
And if not, the classes that start on September 4th, right? Are
Yeah.
when would the next
1 week from now.
when would the next uh ones be? Because would they be on like the same days, like every Thursdays?
I'm gonna take it as it comes. So like Tim, you've been involved in some of the questions I've been asking, and I've basically like I've changed my mind a few times on how the course is gonna be, how people are gonna go through it. Right now I have everybody. I have the performers are going to perform once per week, but then if I get some more performers coming in, then I'm going to separate them into bi-weekly, and then we're going to have like on 1 week you're going to perform for the class, and on the other week I'm going to do private like email coaching with you where we're going to focus on your material. And I think I can do more. I can give you guys more value in less time if we do it that way. But I do need, I think, at least 2 more people to sign up for the performing in order to get that done. So for me, like I'm handling this sort of like I handle my stage performances, where I come on and I know that there are things that I can say and talk about, but I'm also not fully. I don't need to do that. So I do that because it makes me comfortable. So I have like my set list. I have the things that I could say on stage because that makes me feel more comfortable. But when I get on stage, whatever I wrote on a piece of paper doesn't matter. Right? Like why would I like the audience brings up something that would be fun to talk about, and I'm like, sorry, not on the paper. Right? No, you're going to jump in with them and have fun. Right? So performances generally don't go exactly like I planned, or not even exactly, not even close to what I planned. But the way that they unfold is generally more fun than anything that I planned. So that's kind of how I'm taking the class, is that I have a lot of things that I can talk about, I can discuss, but at the same time, I'm going to be listening to the students, seeing what they want, and then from there, I'm going to be adjusting. To go back to your question about when the next one will be, it will depend on it'll depend on how long it takes me to find a new cohort of students. We're going to be butting up against Christmas eventually. So there's a couple of things that I plan for, but anyway, I think I would probably change it from Thursday to, I think when we voted, Thursday was first place, and I think there was like a Tuesday or a Monday was second place. I'd have to go back, but I think it makes sense to change the day just to make sure that other people can get involved.
I cannot. I didn't want it to join because I can't do Thursdays or Wednesday evenings. So yes, if it were the other days, I would, yeah, be really interested in.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame that we couldn't get you in here.
Mm.
But yeah, we would love to have you. You were tons of fun during the analogies.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask, would you do like one-on-ones if it were not this class? Because I just started reading your book. I found it really interesting. A friend of mine, a comic, recommended your book. And I was wondering, so would you do one-on-ones? Okay.
Yeah, I do one-on-ones. I I quit doing them. I quit doing them when my son was born because I didn't have the mental bandwidth. But yeah, now that he's in kindergarten, I am much more willing to jump back in and get those done. So I tend to like doing email coaching the most, because that is something that I can fit into my schedule, and I charge like way less for email coaching than I would for being live and having to make sure I'm here and ready to go. So yeah, I prefer email coaching. I think we should start with that. But if that's not what you want, then we can upgrade to like a one-on-one. I mean, it's still one-on-one, but
So email coaching, are you sending videos, or are you like typing out your set?
it's basically, yeah, you guys send me your set and I will spend about 45 minutes or so just coming up, treating it like my own material. So I will try to rework any setups. The big thing I do is look for tangents, look for new opportunities that I think you missed. It's so much easier when you're looking at other people's material. It's so easy to see opportunities that you're like, oh, you could have gone this way, but it's like almost impossible when you're when you're doing your own material to do that. It's not almost impossible, but yeah, you get stuck in this thinking this one exact way, and then you forget that you could take tangents.
I got this with my brother just in life advice, and like he's like, "Oh, we should do this and this and this with personal stuff or business stuff." And I'm like, "Man, you're good." And he's like, "Yeah, it's easy when you're not the one in the middle of it. When you're seeing it from outside, it's you don't get
Exactly.
stuck in it." Hey, Myra, did you know that Jared came out with a new edition of his book?
No, I haven't. I'm reading Playfully Inappropriate, and I know there's
Is
fast
it
faster,
this one?
funnier. Yes. No,
Okay,
it has the
Venn diagram?
yes,
this one.
that's the one I have. Yeah.
Okay, yes, this is the first edition of the book.
Oh,
Right now there is a sale on Amazon for the ebook version. So you can get the ebook version. I think it's like 99 cents or $1.99 right now.
okay, cool.
No way.
That's the updated version. Um,
Oh, but yeah, I like paper books, so.
I know, yeah, I really love.
I use my phone because then whenever I'm waiting somewhere and I'm like doom scrolling, I can be like, no, I will read a page at least.
Hmm.
I like doom scrolling. Do you get sucked into doom scrolling a lot?
Yeah, I'll be waiting. I'll think, oh, someone's watching me. I feel uncomfortable. I go on my phone and I'm like trying to look busy. So every time I catch myself, I'm like, okay, I'll go read a page at least.
That's got to be some material that you write, because that's relatable. Because I do that too, and I also know that that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you should be like someone is looking at you. Like you can play around with that a lot, because that's very, very relatable.
Okay,
All right, guys. Well, I think we're
for
already
this.
at 9:04. Do you guys have any other questions?
Just what time is it where you are?
It's 9:04.
In the morning?
Yep.
Oh, where, if you don't mind me ask. Okay, it's
No, I'm in Taiwan.
okay.
Yeah, my wife is Taiwanese, and yeah, I discussed it on the YouTube live stream, but my wife's Taiwanese, and we moved out here to because it's way easier to have a child out here, honestly. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the USA in I don't know, like maybe 6 months or so. But yeah, I liked being here. I liked having time with my son. Less
Way
pressure
easier
too.
because of family support? Like, and your family's there, or way easier why? Or not a question for this one?
Financially easier.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's like 1/3 the cost of living here, and so that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that means, yeah, that's why I charge a lot for one-on-ones that are live, because I have to wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning and be funny by 7. I did coaching for this he was a Tony Robbins speaker, and he was like this super high power CEO guy. Like he scared the hell out of me. Like he was so his like he's playing at a whole nother level. Anyway, I had to wake up at like, I think it was like 4:30 in the morning, and he was on like the East Coast or something, and he wanted to have the meeting at like something like 6 or 5 or something. And anyway, it was just like I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning, drinking coffee. I would go for a run, and then I would sit down the computer, and I'd be like, all right, let's do this. And just so exhausting.
Mm.
Haven't cracked the workbook yet. Oh yeah, Michael Scott's out. All right, guys, I'll let you go there. Any other questions? Cool. All right, well, thank you for joining. Mara, I wish I could have you in the class. I would love to have you there, but can you send me an email and we'll do some private coaching. And send me that we talked earlier about a joke that
Yes.
wasn't working. I forget what it was, but send me that joke and we'll discuss it.
Okay. Yeah.
Gary, take care. Tim, I will see you next week.
See you next week. That was fun. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.